Karen.
What was the casting like? I mean, the whole casting process.
Oh, phenomenal process. Oh, go ahead.
Well, the casting, I always worked it like this, and I think most people doing low budgets do. As the director and producer, I didn't have time to see everybody, so I would have an assistant put out a blanket call to the various agents describing the particular characters, and then, you know, photos are sent in by their agents, and they're sent to my assistant, and then he starts interviewing people, and sometimes it's a female. This particular one was a guy, and then he whittled it down to maybe 2 or 3 for each role, and then I would see those 2 or 3, and I remember when this guy walked in, I said, I don't have to see anybody else. There's nobody that's going to be as good a Dorfus as Jim Greenleaf.
You know what truly means? Look at this. Come on. Isn't this Dorfus' grandfather? Seriously.
Santa Claus.
It's a typecasting thing.
And incidentally, sound effects, they're all put in later.
Wait a minute. I didn't fart and all that.
No. I mean,
you know,
I was far enough away I couldn't hear it, so we had to add.
There was Time magazine. Of course, you know, the week that it went out, we were the #1 movie in the country for that week, and Time magazine wrote a review on it. And Time magazine said the best description of this movie is the character played by Jim Greenleaf, Dorfus, that when he's not playing with his joystick, he's letting wind. Time magazine. You can't really show that to your kids. Look, kids, I'm in Time magazine. That's your dad.
That's classic.
Okay, anybody else?
Actually,
Yes,
question. What are you doing now?
Well,
Aside
I
from hanging out there.
am in the process of trying to get a remake of Without Warning, which is a picture, let's see,
You and Tarantino.
2 years before I made Joysticks, excuse me, 3 years before I made Joysticks, I made a sci-fi thriller about an alien who comes to this world to hunt for humans. Sounds like Predator, doesn't it? Except this was before Predator. And he uses little flying creatures that he throws, and they glob on you and so on and so forth. And that picture, along with Joysticks, of the 20 pictures I've done, always gets the most questions when I'm at a film convention. Joysticks, because people love the memory of what they were doing when they first saw it. Usually.
The tits, great.
There's a lot of tits in the world, and
No, but wait. These were tan tits. You don't see those anymore.
so anyhow, we're working on a remake of that.
Sorry. That was rude.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's kind of interesting, but over the last 20, 30 years, there's been a lot of movies that have tried to bring the world of video games into the theatrical world, and a lot of them have done it tongue-in-cheek. A lot of them have misrepresented games as kind of like the nerdy thing or the stupid thing. Even now, there's movies coming out now that, like, I just saw a trailer last weekend for. It's some things inspired by games, but it makes it look really stupid.
Yeah.
So what's your take? Have you seen other movies that have?
Well, I've seen a lot of movies based on video games.
Sure.
I don't think I've ever seen one featured around a video arcade. See, back in the 80s when this was made, the major studios were not making teen comedies. They weren't making low-budget sci-fi stuff. Now they make American Pie, and they make all the sequels to it and all those kind of movies, which is really the same movies as I was making, except
Now they have budgets.
I would do it for $300,000. Today they do it for 40 or 50 million. But they're exciting kid-type young people movies. And I think we're the only one, at least the only one that I know of, that is situated around a video arcade. And I've had a lot of people come up to me over the years talking about this picture, and one of the things they like about the picture is that the 3 heroes in the video arcade all really like each other. They're all rooting for each other. So many films today, the people are nasty. They're not friendly to one another. They have their own agenda and what have you. where these three guys, they're all rooting and hoping to do the best for the arcade and for each other. And they embrace Eugene when he first comes in, and yeah, they have some fun with him, but you can tell there's still an affection there. And I've had a lot of people say that's one of the big things they like about the picture.
Now, they didn't want to know what I'm doing now?
Oh,
You
Yeah,
didn't?
yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, so there's a new series out called Master Chef with Gordon Ramsay that started this week. It's a reality show, and I star in episode 7 that takes place in a fictitious cafe. It's a reality show, and there's 75 truckers, and there's 3 truckers that are actors, but it's a reality show. And I have my own crew and everything, and they tour with me. I become a judge, picked out of 75. It's a reality show. and that show's week 7. Completed another movie called Dragon Palace that just completed production. But my forte, what I'm into now, is social networking. I've taken social networking to socialnomics, and I create third-party platforms for businesses to allow them to get discovered higher in the search engines, and it's going incredibly well. Okay then.
Yes, sir. You had a question back there?
Sure, I can make one up.
Oh,
Okay, go ahead.
That's
Unlike
all
your
right.
whole day.
That's all right. Listen, I'm making up all the answers, so.
Go anywhere between King Vidiot and the lovely Larry's other brother, Daryl?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Well, he's asking about the other actors that, as they advanced in their career.
Well, yeah.
King Vidiot was in Napoleon Dynamite, which, again, if you were
Right.
film people, you
Football,
know
yeah.
all of
His
that.
father was an incredible director,
Oh, his
correct?
father, Tom Grise, was a
Whew.
great director. Died way too young. Died in his, early to mid-50s of a heart attack, but he was a great director. Directed a number of Charlton Heston's pictures. That's Jonathan Grise. As a matter of fact, just before I came down, I was punching around up in the room, and there was a Seinfeld, and John Grise was in it. He had a reoccurring role in Seinfeld as a street person, as a homeless person on the street. The girl who plays the Valley Girl with all the Valley Girl language works constantly. Corinne Boher is her name.
Yeah.
She works constantly in commercials. She's now
Yeah.
probably in her mid-40s,
Yeah.
and she looks like a attractive but not stunningly beautiful mom. So she plays everything from dish soap to
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
frozen food. She works constantly. And Joe Don Baker, this is the second picture I did with Joe Don. We did 3 together. Wonderful guy to work with, a very, very talented fellow.
And then Daryl.
Yeah, of course. And the guy who, John Deal, the dark-haired idiot nephew, was on Miami Vice as a reoccurring role, and he's had a long, long career.
With the other guy too, didn't they work together?
Well, no, because the guy who did Daryl on Newhart, he
Right.
worked constantly on that.
Right.
So, incidentally, I am out of DVDs. I am out of posters.
Son of a.
But you can go to GreydonClark.com and send me an email and tell me what you want, or you can buy them there or whatever.
Well, now I still
Well,
have
those
some
are stripes.
pictures of Dorfus. that-
Yes, right.
I'd be loved to give it up for like $10 a hit, and we'll sign them. And it'll be at the place. So come on by and get your joysticks and memorabilia if you haven't yet.
Okay, guys, anything else, anybody? Thanks.
Thank you.
All right.